Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we take those super long, boring corporate reports and turn them into something you might actually want to watch. Today we're diving into HilleVax's latest 10K, their annual report. Think of it as their yearly show your homework assignment, and let me tell you it's a real page turner, or maybe tell you it's a real page turner, or maybe not. Let's see if this company can get their act together. HilleVax is a company trying to develop and sell new vaccines. Their main focus was a vaccine called HIL-21-4, meant to prevent norovirus, that nasty bug that causes stomach issues. They've spent a lot of time and money on it, running several clinical trials, but a recent study didn't go as planned. That study I mentioned, it didn't work. The vaccine couldn't prevent the illness now. HilleVax is looking at other options, development of other vaccine candidates, and generally trying to find a path forward. They have a backup plan. They brought in rights to HIL-216, a different vaccine for norovirus that hits 6 common types of the virus. This vaccine has already been cleared by the FDA to start testing. There's competition heating up in the norovirus vaccine space with companies like China National Biotech, Moderna, and Vaxart also working on their own version. So HilleVax has to move fast and beat the competition. To protect their assets, the company has licensed patents focusing on manufacturing methods and VLP compositions. These licenses give them exclusive rights, but only if they can keep up with the terms. Their most important license, the Takeda license, could expire if they don't meet the royalty terms. Now let's get into the juicy stuff. The risk factors, this section is where HilleVax basically lists everything that could go wrong. And there are a few big ones. For starters, they've been losing money and expect to keep losing it for the foreseeable future. They need more cash, and if they can't get it, they might have to slow down or stop their development program. The company also admits that if they can't get a vaccine through clinical trials and onto the market, their business is in big trouble. Then there is always the risk that the vaccine could have nasty side effects that could totally derail the process. All right, let's move on to the money. Time to dissect the financials. Here is the biggest number you need to know. Their net losses were $147.3 million 2024, up from $123.6 million the previous year. That's a 19% jump in losses, meaning they are burning through cash even faster. One big reason for the increased loss was an upfront payment of $15 million related to the Kang license. This is a pretty big bet on a new direction. They tried to cut costs with layoffs, but it wasn't enough. Their plan to save money while looking at new ideas and business deals might not pan out, and they might have trouble keeping the right people on board. On a more positive note, the report says they have enough money to keep going for at least the next 12 months, but let's not forget they will need a whole lot more to finish developing any new vaccines. They're also planning to sell more stock to get cash, meaning if you own stock in this company, your ownership stake will get diluted. The aggregate market value of the registrant's common stock held by non-affiliates of the registrant was approximately $344.8 million, so it's a bit of a smaller company. We also have our usual documents incorporated by reference, which means you should be expecting the definitive proxy statement soon, in the next 120 days. The proxy statement for its 2024 annual meeting of stockholders are incorporated by reference into Part 3 of this annual report in Form 10K. The report states that their disclosure controls and procedures, which are internal systems designed to ensure the accuracy of their financial reporting, were deemed effective. The company entered into retention bonus letters with its executive officers. Pursuant to the retention bonus letters, Robert Hirschberg, the company's chairman, president, and chief executive officer, and Shane Maltby, the company's chief financial officer, are eligible to receive a retention bonus of $500,063 respectively. If a change in control as defined in the company's 2022 Incentive Award Plan occurs on or prior to March 31, 2022, Incentive Award Plan occurs on or prior to March 31, 2026, subject to the executive's continued service through the closing of any such change in control. If you want to learn more, this is their documents that are incorporated by reference. So what's the verdict? HilleVax is at a turning point. Their main vaccine flopped, and they are currently exploring their options. They have some cash, but losses are piling up. They are trying new ideas, but the road ahead is uncertain. On the bright side, they are trying to stay afloat. They are bringing in new vaccines and cutting costs, but they face a lot of risks, such as competition, development setbacks, and the need to raise more money. So it is going to be interesting to see if they can actually survive. Thanks for watching. If you found this breakdown helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, drop a comment with your thoughts, and Subscribe for more corporate deep dives. See you next time.